But I'm just one person. What if it had been me? Would you have let me go?
Hey, don't worry. I'll be back before you know it, okay?
If there wasn't enough time, and you had to choose between saving me and everyone else, what would you do then?
You're strong, Clem. You can do anything.
But I'm little.
Doesn't mean nothing. You're gonna see bad stuff, but it's okay.
There's absolutely nothing you can do to prevent this. Matter of fact, in most games, I feel like most of your choices don't really impact a lot, do they? For example, if I'm playing Cyberpunk and I'm doing missions all around the city, and these missions have like little dialogue choices and the time's going down, you know what I'm talking about, where you only have a certain amount of time to choose a dialogue choice. Do you think that choice can really impact, let's say, the ending, or maybe even the ending of the quest? Maybe the ending of the quest, but definitely not the ending. And that's understandable. It's kind of hard to account for every single choice in the entire game to impact one of the 5 to 8 endings, I guess, with the DLC now. It's kind of hard to do that. But it also kind of sucks because like they kind of advertise how your choice kind of impacts the story. And it does in like the most minuscule way. You'll have like a dialogue change here or there. Some character will say something different and it'll be like, oh, that's pretty cool to hear them say that. But when you reach the end of the game, what did you really do?
You blind?
Yes. I'm not saying most of the choices you make in Cyberpunk don't matter. I'm just saying I wish more quests have choices that really impacted the story, because most of the side quests, most of the gigs and shit like that are really just one and done, which is fine. But when you advertise your game as a RPG, then choices matter in our game, and then you give me like a handful of choices that really matter. It's like, hey, you're really just an action adventure game with a cool little open world to explore. But damn, that shit was fire though. His own Choomba shot him.
Probably planned to.
That's fire. Okay, so what if I'm playing Detroit Become Human? Okay, in this game, boom, like the whole game is about making choices. It's literally like a Telltale game, except I think it is low-key better at making your choices impact the story. Like that's what the game is entirely about, and I don't know why, but I love the premise: androids and humans living together. It's like, ooh-wee, that shit fire. But like I said, there's only so many choices you can make. But is it bad? No, it's actually good.
You think your dad's a lowlife? Huh? Fucking loser?
Yes.
Can't get a job, take care of his family?
Nope. Andrew has to do it for him.
Don't you think I tried to make things work?
She never said any of this though.
But whatever I do, when someone comes along, they just fuck it all up!
Like who? You're just gonna blame some random
What
civilians?
you think of me?
How do you know?
You hate me.
How do you know that?
You hate me, don't you?
When did she say any of this?
Say it!
No.
You hate me!
You hate me. But for every Detroit Become Human, or even, I don't know how I didn't mention this, Baldur's Gate 3, because in that game too, choices, like more choices than Detroit actually matter. Like majority of your fucking choices actually like impact the story, no matter how big or how small. They impact it, and you can tell. And I love it. I literally play that game for the story. Shout out to Minthara. But for every Detroit Become Human in Baldur's Gate 3, there's also a Skyrim, a Fallout, or even a Telltale game. Yes, I would put Telltale games up in there that the choices in that game really don't matter. And is that fine? I guess. But when you advertise a game as your choice really impacting the story, I don't think so. But at the same time, I enjoy the stories that they make. So it's like, I'm damned if I do, but I love it if I don't. You know what I mean? Wait, that didn't make sense. Like, if I'm playing the Game of Thrones Telltale game, do you really think the choices I made in episode 1 affect the choices at the end of the game in episode 5? 9 times out of 10? Fuck no. Because it's kind of hard to account for all those little minute choices. Yeah, up in the top left, they're going to be like, oh, this character remembers that. Okay, they're going to remember that for 1 episode. We go to the episode 2? Huh? It must have been the wind. Or they just forgot. Like, Like, that's really how it be. But it's at the same time, it's like fine. In every single game I mentioned, even if they advertise, the choice doesn't really matter. If the story is good enough, I'm gonna not give a fuck. Like, I'm not gonna cap. Cyberpunk, the choices in that game, like, alright, they'll make an extra dialogue choice, but I absolutely enjoy the gameplay and the story. I love the characters in that shit. That shit is too fire. And even the Telltale game, the Batman one, everyone actually, I like the story. But yeah, for every Baldur's Gate and Detroit, for a game that has choices that really impact the game, I feel like it's way more rare to have those types of game. And you're gonna see more games with illusion of choice. Even with a game like Life is Strange, I feel like most of those choices don't really culminate in the ending, because in the ending you really get two choices that say fuck you to everything you did in the previous episodes. Does everything you do in the previous episode not matter? Or were they not fun? No, I enjoyed every fucking episode in Life is Strange. But you're gonna tell me I only get two fucking choices that really have nothing to do with everything I've done previously? It's like, okay. But still, even on an episode to episode basis, it's kind of fire though. Like, I gotta make another video on Life is Strange. God damn.
You were pretty badass, Warren. I owe you.
Oh, yes, you do. I got knocked on my ass by that dick.
Hey,
I'm some
yo.
personal superhero.
You're a real.
Hey, yo.
You-
But yeah, most games really have just illusion of choice. Mass Effect, Fallout, Cyberpunk, Skyrim. Less Mass Effect though, I forgot about that. Mass Effect, I feel like choices really matter in that game, but you know. Even if the game has illusion of choice, if they sell the illusion hard enough, if the game is fun, if the story is fun, I think you won me over. And I think you did a good job. And if I'm having fun, then so are you.